So this is a talk that I did for Bath Ruby, and it's called Open Source Every Day. So I think you'll kind of all agree open source is like essential to our workflows. It's really hard to imagine working on a project that doesn't really use like half of this stack. I mean, this was kind of tailored for Ruby stuff, but still, like most of your stuff is open source, and it gives you time to focus on the important bits of your application instead of rewriting your like server every time. And if you weren't to use any of these things, I think you'd probably end up failing really quite quickly. So it's also really useful for building well-built products as well. So I've been doing open source every day for 164 days now in a row. It's been a bit painful, but I've learned a lot from it. Partly kind of as a way of giving back, but also as a way to learn lots of new things very quickly. Some of those things have been hardware projects. Hardware projects are really cool because they allow you to yield some really awesome results with actually very little effort. So I have and built some really useless shit as well, like a URL lengthener, because the world needs that. But prior to this, I wasn't really doing any open source at all. This is kind of what my contributions graph looked like, and that was mostly down to slides not working. That was mostly down to this Conduct project that I worked on. This project really suffered from an utter ship it failure. Like it was never ready. The like mobile optimizations weren't done, or the API, or the documentation. I couldn't really pick a GIF that you know, they were all so good. I think that's probably my favorite. But 18 months ago, and I'm working on this project, and I completely banned myself from working on anything else because I really wanted to get good at Angular and Ruby on Rails. And 18 months go by, and I'm feeling really quite demotivated and just horrible. And then that cycle was broken by Kevlar. So Kevlar is a little project that I built in an hour or so. It's basically Snapchat for text. It was built so that I could send a server root password to a client via another client. So it was a little quick project, but I found that tens of thousands of people started actually using this. And that got me excited again. So the next week I built this poll system, the thing that you saw a minute ago, for this group. I tried out, oh god, I forget what it's called, Poll Everywhere, and it was just a bit shit. So for the next meetup, I built this just to help find out what talks people wanted. So I got so excited about doing open source again, so I decided, you know, open source everything that I've ever done. So I've been going kind of back through all my old hard drives, finding tools that I built, getting them online, and releasing stuff. And I've learned quite a lot from doing this. So with the Conduct stuff, I worked on for 18 months and it was never ready. This was the first version of Kevlar, and its mobile experience just really sucked. But it was much better than that. Like, you know, a crappy mobile experience is always going to be better than none at all. So I learned to kind of ship early and ship often, because on day 18 of doing open source every day, I shipped Conduct.io. And it's the thing that I spent a year and a half working on. Nobody uses it, myself included. So yeah, the value of shipping early, just I can't emphasize how valuable that is. And this GIF really has nothing to do with my talk, but I think you'll agree it's awesome. Some lessons learned. Working on other people's projects exposes you to new processes and different opinions. Really good example of this is a lot of my techie friends told me that Haml was horrible, so therefore I thought Haml was horrible, until I worked on 24 pull requests where I was forced to use it, and I realized that actually Haml's fucking awesome. So I started using that, and I probably wouldn't have realized that if I didn't kind of force myself onto other people's ideas. Don't be afraid to give stuff away. Not everyone wants to steal your ideas. Nobody uses Conduct.io. I've open sourced it. Never planned to open source it when I started building it, but you know. It's okay to be a generalist. So forcing myself to do open source every day has kind of made me feel a little bit better about it being a generalist instead of a specialist, because you know, having that kind of rule and doing just a little bit every day kind of helps me level out with some of the specialists a bit, I guess. And I had time for new projects. So where I'm open sourcing stuff, if somebody wanted Poll, for example, to scale to 1 billion users, then they can go ahead and fork it and optimize it and make it better. I don't feel the responsibility of making sure that it's perfect. So it's freed me up to do stuff that I'd rather be doing. But also have less time for other things, writing talks, writing blog posts, getting married, all sorts. And yeah, me and Adam, thank you.